Now, it is a story that many of us would have grown up and read as children and to our children, Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. But it is now being retold by one of Ireland's most iconic authors, Louise O'Neill, who is author of The Surface Breaks, a reimagining of The Little Mermaid. Talk to me about this, because lots of people will be very familiar with the story of The Little Mermaid. What did you think needed fixing in that?
Well, I think that one of the main aims that I wanted to do when rewriting the story was to reclaim the Little Mermaid. You know, I think that in the original fairy tale that she was seen as a passive and a victim, and I think I wanted to see her just as a girl who wanted to take up more space in the world and not less, a girl who wanted adventure and love and excitement. And it was actually as a teenager when I started to, I think, identify as a feminist. I started to reject a lot of the things that I loved in my childhood or early adolescence as anti-feminist. And The Little Mermaid was one of those. And I think the reason is it is essentially a story about a young woman who literally gives up her voice. She silences herself, she sacrifices her home, she sacrifices her family, and she mutilates her body, you know, gaining human legs instead of her fishtail, in order that a man who she barely knows will fall in love with her and find her attractive.
Is that not a classic story, though, Louise? The whole, you know, person who gives up everything for love.
I think that it's women actually that are socially conditioned to believe that being in a relationship is the most important thing, that it's the ultimate goal that they should aspire for. And because of that, I think we are encouraged to make more sacrifices and to silence ourselves actually in relationships in a way that young men aren't, because we start off with fairy tales like The Little Mermaid and then we sort of graduate into romantic comedies. And it's all, I think, pushing this same idea that like heteronormative romance, you know, between a man and a woman is, I suppose, the ultimate goal.